Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer. Hi everyone, welcome to another 30 minutes of Michigan basketball chatter. A big week for the Wolverines, capped by a Saturday night game at home against Indiana. The Wolverines, the Hoosiers, two of the hottest teams in the Big Ten, the first of two meetings between the rivals these final 3 weeks of the regular season. The Wolverines were looking for a season-high 4-game winning streak. Early on, Jet Howard, left wing for 3. Indiana's Trace Jackson-Davis off the loose ball, the alley-oop tip, and 1. Will Cheddar with an entry pass to Hunter Dickinson, and the big guy throws it down. The Hoosiers' Jalen Hood-Schifino is tough to guard. He scored on 4 consecutive possessions late in the half, showing why he's one of the best freshmen in the entire country. But Kobe Buffkin was matching him, creating all sorts of problems getting to the rack.
Buffkin drives, banks, and scores. Oh, he curled around Jordan Geronimo and finishes Michigan +9.
The sophomore also scored on 4 consecutive possessions, 3 straight drives, then a deep right wing 3. Kobe knocked in 14, 37-33 Michigan halfway home. Early second, Jackson Davis off balance, the bucket and the foul. Indiana goes on top for the first time since it was 6-5. Michigan answers with a 10-2 run. Jet Howard the drive, dishes to Dickinson, who also gets an and 1. And then check out this step back Curry-esque triple from the left side.
Around a hedge from Dickinson. The stutter step left elbow, steps back left wing, rainmaking three is pure.
Jet with a dozen on the night. The entertainment continues. Doug McDaniel works the pick and roll with Big Terrace Reed Jr., a tough reverse for the St. Louis native. Check out Dickinson in the low post. School is in session. Hunter led Michigan with 16. 5:12 to go, the shot clock winding down. Dickinson scores with the right hand. 61-58 Michigan. It would be their final points of the night. At the other end, Jackson Davis with another alley-oop. 2 of his 28. He and Hood-Schifino combined for 49 points. Closing seconds, 1-point IU lead. Michigan with a final look, but Jet Howard's off-balance shot is short, and the putback is after the buzzer. There wasn't a point scored in the final 2:58. The Hoosiers win 62-61, only their second win in the series in the last 11 outings.
Just tough. Once again, we face being a couple possessions away from having a pretty big win, so it's tough.
What makes them such a tough matchup?
We give credit to guys like Hood, Trace, very, very good offensive players. It's just tough to stop some of their actions, but they're a very good program, always have been, very well coached, so it makes them a tough opponent for sure.
Tight game down the stretch. You guys just needed an extra bucket, literally. Just talk about the end of the game, how you guys just weren't able to get that one extra hoop you really needed.
We could have, I could have took a better shot. Jet could have took a better shot. Overall, the team could have got a better shot. But it's something that we learned from. It's something that won't happen again.
And lastly, was there any kind of specific message from Joanne, just kind of processing this one?
Yeah, just keep going. We've been hit before, so keep going down this road. We've hit back before, so just get ready for Wisconsin and whatever is in front of us.
Still to come, we hear from head coach Joanne Howard and a rivalry win over the Buckeyes. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer. Make savings a slam dunk with Meijer home delivery and pickup. Let's hear from head coach Joanne Howard, brought to you by Meijer.
We've already experienced this before, so, this is nothing new. We've had tough ones that we lost down the stretch, Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky. I trust we'll get better.
Michigan's drought over the final 5-12 was put into context by Howard.
Some of the sets that we weren't able to get to what we were asking from an offensive end because there are times when, the guys want to go ahead and do it how they want to do it, or they see something that, how the defender is playing, they feel that, this is the best way how to run a set, and, overall, you just got to trust. You also have to trust, what has been asked and then also apply. And that's where I think we got into trouble down the stretch, where we wasn't able to get to the offense that was called. But, that's a learning process that our players have to get better with.
A dejected Hunter Dickinson said the team's recent momentum dissipates with the loss, but Joanne sees it another way.
This team has definitely gotten better. You have 10 guys, new guys that are part of the team, and then you also have, the boatload of the players that's going to get, the boatload of the minutes are young freshmen. It takes time as the season progresses that you'll see, our guys improving. That's the reason why, because of the work they put in and the game starting to slow down, and then, the trust and the execution. At the end of the day, I still trust that we will continue to stay tight, as tight-knit group, and still have the trust, because we have 6 losses, 8 wins, and we're going to keep plugging away because there's a lot of season left.
Welcome back, everyone. Michigan opened the week Sunday against Ohio State, the only meeting of the regular season between the two rivals. The Wolverines set the tempo early. Jet Howard delivers a left wing 3. He popped in 16. Then in transition, Kobe Buffkin goes to work, scoring from an awkward angle. Then take a look at this play by Buffkin.
He'll float, high banker, too strong, rebound spiked down to the deck. Buffkin able to corral it, tight roping the baseline, put it up and in low on the left.
Michigan led it by 9. Joey Baker is playing his best ball of the season. Dead eye from the right side for one of his 2 bombs. The Wolverines led 41-36 at the break. Freshman Bruce Thornton led the Buckeyes with 22. Early in the second, he gets the steal and goes all the way for the bucket. The Wolverine edge was whittled to 3. But Michigan never relinquished the lead. Buffkin drills a corner 3. He finished with 13 points, 8 boards, and 5 assists. Dickinson divvied up his game-high 26 with 13 in each half. He had a key run, scoring 8 points during one 4-minute stretch. Ohio State always seemed to be within striking distance, but Hunter and the Wolverines led wire to wire and picked up a much-needed win, 77-69 the final.
I'm just going to say, man, I'm keeping it short and sweet. Way to wear on them. From start to finish. Great job. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, this was inspiring to watch. How hard you guys played. Yeah, there were some moments where they got some offensive rebounds, but you matched their physicality, but more importantly, you had them to match your energy, because they thought we were going to just come out here and sleepwalk, all right? And I always talk about this. In 1 o'clock games, who is the most ready? Those are the ones that will win the ball game. And you showed that from start to finish, man.
My dad had trouble with them back in the day, so I just wanted to do this. We wanted to do this one for him, and we wanted to get it done. We know the tradition behind it, and as a Michigan guy, you just like those guys. So we just try to bring the energy early too, so that worked out for us.
We talked about it all week, how big of a game this is for us, the rivalry being a main reason for that, and then 2 desperate teams, and we knew they were going to come out and play hard, and so, it's a big-time win for us.
What a great way to start the week. Wednesday, Nebraska was in town, and sometimes a team just has a thing over another team. The Wolverines improved to 22-3 all-time against the Huskers, 12-0 right here at Chrysler Center. The game had 6 lead changes in the first 6 minutes, and then the Wolverines ignited. Quick ball movement here. Hunter Dickinson finds Terrence Williams II. He goes baseline for 2 of his 10. Off the bench, Terrace Reed Jr. active on defense.
And a bad pass here, stolen away by the newcomer Terrace Reed. Takes it all the way, banks and scores low on the left. Terrace Reed!
Part of a 14-0 Michigan run. Then it's Doug McDaniel with a topside 3. The freshman with 14 in the scorebook. The Wolverines led by 16. Back to the bench, Joey Baker scored all 11 of his points in the first half on the strength of 3 threes. Watch the body language on this last one. He knew it was money. Michigan led 41-17. Hunter Dickinson didn't get his first shot until less than 4 minutes were left in the half.
Back out Williams, up fake, drives, leave it. Dickinson crunches with 2 hands. Oh, those two have been doing that for more than a decade.
Check out Kobe Buffkin playing so well. The sophomore went for 13 points and 7 rebounds. Michigan led 46-34 halfway home. Jet Howard led the Wolverines with 22, dumping 6 of 14 from the long line. He has 65 three-pointers this season, shooting just a pinch under 40% for the year. Nebraska had a few runs of its own, getting the deficit to 10 on 3 occasions. Keisei Tominaga has been a tough cover for everyone in the Big Ten lately. He led the Huskers with 24. It was 73-63 with 7 minutes to go. But Michigan finished it off. Dickinson with the bucket and the Band-Aid. He had 16 and 10 to register his 25th career double-double. The Maize and Blue take it 93-72 in their highest scoring game of the season.
Great game. Way to peak. All right. Awesome job. I also got to give flowers to the second unit that came in. Jace. Boss. Joy Baker. Chef Baker. And also, let's give the big fella a lot of credit, man, for, hey, it's hard. You come out of bed. Great team win. Great team win. Everyone contribute. Huge win. Huge.
Just really started early with the defensive effort and then translate, to the offensive end. We just had a lot of momentum stirring in the beginning of the game, and it just translated to making shots because we had a lot of energy.
Yeah, it did feel like a lot of the shots were going in from a lot of different people, which was really good. It wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I felt like the whole team had it going tonight, and I mean, when you do that, it's really hard to lose with the amount of talent that we have.
Our Elrose Steel Man of the Week is Kobe Buffkin, the sophomore with a trio of well-rounded outings. He averaged 13 points on 51% shooting, yanked down 15 rebounds, and also delivered 11 assists. Buffkin becoming one of the most dependable Wolverine players. Some sobering news hit the Michigan basketball program this week. Monday, former guard Demetrius Caleb passed away near his home in California. He was 53 years old. Caleb battled health problems after suffering a series of strokes in recent years. As a sophomore, he played 30 games as a reserve on the 1989 national championship team. During his senior season, 1990-91, the Flint native led the team in both scoring and assists, averaging 20.5 points per game. Former teammate Terry Mills was Caleb's road roommate for 3 years and told us how he would like his longtime friend to be remembered.
He was a stand-up guy. I don't think that anyone could ever say a bad word about him. I mean, just the ultimate father, always cared about other people, very selfless. I mean, he was just that type of person. That's the way I would like him to be remembered, as just a real solid stand-up guy.
The Michigan women had only 1 game this week, making the short trip to MSU Sunday afternoon. Leah Brown was spectacular for the Maize and Blue, just missing a triple-double. She had 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, but Michigan trailed by 7 at the half. The Wolverines took their first lead in the third quarter and led by 1 after 3. They then proceeded to score the first 10 points of the fourth, highlighted by Maddie Nolan's back-to-back threes. The senior scored a career-high 22, connecting on 5 triple tries. The Maize and Blue turned back the Spartans 77-67, sweeping the season series and making it 6 of 7 over their rivals to the north. Welcome back. The women have a lot of unique personalities with unique backgrounds. Here's Sarah Van Meter with one of those stories to share.
Junior forward Cameron Williams is one of 3 Wolverines who has started all 24 games this season for Michigan.
I'm a strong post presence. I provide strength, athleticism. I'm really trying to hone in on rebounding for our team right now, so that's something that I've just continuously tried to work on.
Cam happens to play the same position as All-American Naz Hillman, who graduated last spring.
I don't think you can replace Naz. Naz is one of a kind. I think it's just, our team has shifted in a different direction, and it's just a new team.
And this year's group expects the same kind of success, and they're well on their way.
Some of our core values is unity, integrity, and competitive greatness, and I think that's something that we all kind of bring to practice each and every day. Whether that's a good or a bad day, we really stride on like having each other's backs and really enforcing a family environment.
And speaking of family, Cam comes from an athletic one. Her father, Aaron, played 14 seasons in the NBA. Her mom was a track star. Sister Danielle played college volleyball, and brother AJ is a freshman at Loyola Marymount in California.
I remember we would go to the gym with my dad. We would always play 21. My brother is I would say he's probably one of the most competitive people I've ever met. He wants to win, and he was just always trying to compete with us, even though I feel like I was better at the time, competing, going one-on-one against each other. But it would even turn into fights sometimes. It got pretty chaotic.
Inside for Williams, quick attack, right side against Shaquille, scores.
Family is everything. We're all very supportive of each other, always watching all of each other's games, and I think that's huge. Sometimes you don't really appreciate what family can do for you and just how much they mean, whether that's talking to you about your games, giving you tips and advice, and just, kind of being there for you. So it's huge.
Cam says when her playing days are done, she'd like to start up a sports marketing business with her siblings. But first, the Wolverines host their annual Pink Game later today against Nebraska before heading to Indiana to face the Hoosiers on Thursday. We'll have a complete wrap-up of the week on next week's show. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Sarah Van Meter.
Thanks, Sarah. When we return, how Michigan's student section embraces its role as sixth man. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer. Make savings a slam dunk with Meijer home delivery and pickup. Michigan's student section works hard to be as rambunctious as possible. And with the team in the middle of this key stretch drive, we shine a light on the Maze Rage to wrap up the show this week. The Maze Rage consists of an executive board and about 100 core members. They meet weekly to discuss upcoming games and have a simple but vital mission.
It's to help them out, be the full sixth man, the best that we possibly can.
The best way to do that is to be loud and spirited. Zach recalls a game from last season when the team needed a boost, and his rowdy bunch made a tangible difference.
We got that Purdue game at home, and I'm pretty sure they were number 3 in the country at the time. We were there early, so super early, and we kind of knew that we hadn't rushed the court since I think 2010. And there was kind of rumblings in the background of, are we going to storm the court if we win this game? And we do make a really big presence. We make our presence known in big games like that.
They did, and they did. Just like coaches who cherry-pick ideas from other programs, Zach says the Maze Rage does the same thing with other student sections from across the country.
With the numbers that we have, we do our best to be ourselves, but also we'll add a couple things from some other arenas and some other student sections as long as they're appropriate.
As Zach explains it, the Maze Rage is essentially an athletic social club for Michigan students.
We do a lot of things together that, like watch parties. Last year we watched the women's basketball team when they were in the Sweet 16, and we had a massive watch party of over 100 people. And that's a big part of what we do, is to bring people together to not just enjoy men's basketball, but to watch other sports as well, just support Michigan athletics.
Love to see them getting the team and the fans riled up, and the club's going to need them here down the stretch. Another big week for the Wolverines. Tuesday, Valentine's Day, on the road to take on Wisconsin, and then Saturday, primetime network TV, Michigan State comes to Chrysler. We'll break it down for you next week right here on Inside Michigan Basketball. See you next time.